BT, you're first. Hello. Happy Friday. Hello, peace and joy. BT, I'm doing good. How are you doing? How was the rest of your week? NorCal check-in, Back to the Future. Doing well, everybody. Sorry, my movie that I have on just got really loud. David J, good to see you as well. All right, just about done. Just about done putting in my trivia question. All right, guess which good news my friend told me this week. Guess away, guess away, guess away all. See if you can get it right. All right. So, gotta get you guys in the phone stand. And plug in my phone. Reality TV, LOL. Guess in the poll. Don't pick the first option. Great. I'm just finishing up some decaf coffee. All right, what are you guys saying? Where's my friend from? My friend, well, I won't say where they're from, but my friend is a friend I made from graduate school. Ooh, Desi, you're early. Hello. I'm going to be making tofu today, guys. My favorite tofu scramble. First, though, I got to update the thumbnail. So give me a second for that. Obviously, expect a baby. Congratulations to her. Come on, Canva. Oh, does the friend live in Minnesota? I'm not going to say. All right, thumbnail, getting this done. Desi says hi, future. BT said hi. Back to the Future using those member emojis. Love to see it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so just about done. Just about done, people. I would love a letter from Hogwarts. Me too. Me too, Desi. Thank you, Susan. I'm glad you love the channel. Thank you for that sweet comment. Okay. So let's get this updated here. Roger Hess, hey, gotcha. Thank you, Roger Hess, for the floating hearts. Got you down here. All right, vegan. Back to the Future saying hi to Roger Hess. Desi says, I think I will binge that this weekend. Okay. Also, this weekend is the Kentucky Derby. Who's excited for the Kentucky Derby? I don't really follow horse racing, but it's fun to tune into that. All right, just a sec here, guys. Desi, ooh, I love the dresses and hats. Me too. Me too. The fancy people. All the fancy people. That's on my bucket list. I would love to go and see the Kentucky Derby once in my life. Just once. All right. Just about done here, guys. Bear with me for a few more moments. Francesca. Actually, I'm going to leave it in the pinned comment. 1 second. I'm going to be cooking. Also, happy May, everybody. Crazy that we are in May. All right, so that's updated. Awesome, awesome. And then let me add a pinned comment. FYI, I'm making tofu scramble tonight. All right, let's pin this. Kayvon is here. I can see you with ruffles. That's so funny. I never wear ruffles, but I would be willing to dress differently for the Kentucky Derby. I mean, I usually, my go-to is like casual, comfortable, and my wardrobe, my day-to-day wardrobe would not cut it at the Kentucky Derby. They would be like, ma'am, we need to ask you to leave because this, I mean, they wouldn't let me within a mile of that place if I was dressed like this. Oh gosh. Okay. Let me pin this message here. Thank you, Francesca. Desi says me too. Nice. Okay. Before I get started, I'm actually hungry, so I'm gonna eat a little oatmeal, breakfast for dinner, guys. I've got a bowl of oatmeal here that I just whipped up quickly. So, before I get started, I want to eat a little bit. Avon, Francesca, thank you, thank you. All right. So, what I like to add to my oatmeal, golden flaxseed meal, so delicious. Just a little bit, like maybe a teaspoon. Back to the future, like, subscribe, share. Thank you. And then Truvia for some sweetness without the added sugar. Again, just eyeballing this. Doesn't have to be super sweet. And then, lastly, just some ground cinnamon. And then what I do is I just take a spoon, stir it in there, stir it into the oatmeal. Try not to make a mess. Demented Observer, hello. Please read the full question. And then I like to add just like a little bit of almond milk on top of my oatmeal. Just a tiny bit. Hello, Ernest. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Desi says, Hannah, I always notice people who eat vegan, their hair is really healthy and grows long. I mean, I think there's benefits to eating vegan, but I wouldn't say it's like the only diet for good hair, good skin, whatever. It really works for me. So it's just something I like to share on here. Thank you, Ernest. Hope you had a wonderful day. Desi, is that something you've experienced? That's such a good question. I've been vegan for so long that I didn't really pay attention to my hair or I mean, I've always had clear skin because my skin is naturally really dry. So I wouldn't get like clogged pores or a lot of acne. Um, what I've noticed, and again, it's like I can't say this is because I'm vegan, but in all these years of being vegan, 14 years of being vegan, I would say all my clothes still fit from high school and college. My weight is the same. I never weigh myself, but it's like my clothes still fit. My weight always is like above, like a pound or two below or above 120. So my weight has been stable for over a decade. My clothes all still fit me. Um, my skin is really clear, but again, naturally I have pretty clear skin. Yeah, it's hard to say how much of it is just like natural genetics, the way my body is versus diet. But I've really enjoyed being vegan for 14 years. Dennis, not for a moment. It actually really grosses me out. I don't miss eating meat. Ernest, I'm up to 40 push-ups. um Village Food Buy is here. Dennis, EO Fun. Yes, EO Fun. I do my blood work every 6 months. I check my all my vitamins, all my electrolytes, my kidney function, my hemoglobin, my white blood cells. I check everything you can possibly check in my blood work. And it's looking good. So yes, I keep a very like hawk eye. I keep a close eye on my blood work to make sure everything looks good. And I really enjoy looking at the results of my blood work. EO Fun is asking my primary protein source. So my primary protein source is split between tofu and quinoa, and both of them are complete proteins. Zachary, what's the closest veggie that tastes like meat? Naturally, if it's not super processed, I think if you can prepare mushrooms in a certain way with certain seasonings, I mean, you're not going to get an exact texture look-alike. Ooh, jackfruit. That's actually a really good answer to that. That's like pulled pork. Desi says, wow, that's great. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome, Desi. Happy to let you know. I'm below 200 pounds now. It's been almost 17 years. Congratulations, Ernest. That is really exciting. EO Fun says yummy. We got Omar Maxwell. Hi, Omar. EO Fun says, you look great. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. Thanks. It's what works for me. I don't think I personally, truly do not believe everyone should be vegan. Everyone should be a certain diet. Everyone should be whatever. But it's just what I enjoy and what's worked for me for the past 14 years. Back to the Future saying hello to Omar Maxwell. All right. Gonna eat the rest of this oatmeal and then get started with the tofu. It's in the thumbnail for this. Oh, Ernest said stars. Ah! I think I got them. Yes, I did. Thank you. Ah! Ooh, look at that. Oh my gosh, cool. Got it. Ernest, I'll add you. Oh my gosh, Andy Herring, how have you been? Oh my gosh, last I heard, I think you said you had moved, but it wasn't it somewhere like not in Miami, but near Miami? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's so good to see you. Oh wait, you're saying this in your super chat. Here we go. As I blabber on, your comment is answering my question. Hannah, my move to Florida is almost complete. Okay, amazing. Always wishing you and the subs the best. We'll keep you posted. Amazing. Okay, I did remember that you had been moving or you were talking about a move the last time you were here. So that is wonderful to hear. Thank you so much for the update, Andy. Moving is a bear, but also super exciting. Hope it all wraps up fantastically and you settle in well. Thank you very much, Andy. All right, gotta get that. Perfect. Omar Maxwell, still me. Letter to Hogwarts. Don't pick it. Yes, I will be dividing my time between Central Florida and Miami. Let's go. So cool. Oh my gosh, how are you liking it? I mean, I know you're still in the process, but man, that is so exciting, Andy. It's so interesting to think about moving, like doing a big move now. Like I have not done a out of state big move in 8 years. I've been in Minnesota since 2018, and honestly, I have no plans to leave Minnesota, and the thought of doing a large move is like, ooh, tiresome. All right, Andy, let's get you on here. Andy Herring. Um, Yami Zom is here. Omar got cast for a reality show. I do not put chia seeds into my tofu scramble. I haven't had chia seeds in a while. Actually, they were recalled recently. So I've been kind of like, not gonna do it. All right, let me finish this real quick. Mm-mm-mm. For those of you wondering, I'm eating some oatmeal with some flax, cinnamon, lots of good stuff in here. I was just feeling like having a bowl tonight. Mm-mm-mm. Should a dog ever be vegan? OMG, what a great question. What a great question. I've thought about this, Dennis. And I've had conversations about this because I've heard of people raising their dogs vegan. And then obviously, I would say for the most part, like growing up, my family's dogs, they were not vegan. In most cases, with most dogs I've ever encountered, they haven't been fed vegan. I actually, because dogs are so clearly, it's like you look at their teeth and you look how they operate in the wild, and they're just like tearing like wolf, like I'm talking about like their wolf relatives out in the wild, dingoes, anything, any kind of hounds in the wild. It's like you see them just tearing apart animals, carcasses, eating the meat right there. To me, dogs are so carnivorous, like they're such meat eaters. It would feel very wrong forcing a dog, and it also doesn't have a choice of like if you're keeping it in your home. I would say if an animal can't choose what it's eating and the human is forcing it to eat whatever the human is buying, I feel like the default should be go with what the ancestor, like the very meat eater ancestors. So I would feed my dog meat. Dusty is here. Kayvon says, I never liked oatmeal as a kid. It's grown on me. I was not the biggest fan of oatmeal when I was a kid either. I was like the sugary cereal kid. I was like, oh, oatmeal sucks. Give me Cocoa Puffs. Give me whatever. Count Chocula, Tricks, Honey Bunches of Oats, like all the sugar. I just thought oatmeal was like the lamest, saddest, whatever. I hate it. I didn't hate it, but I was like, this is so boring compared to all the sugary stuff. And now I love oatmeal. Kayvon, gorillas have fangs. Desi, is there any international cuisine you love to eat, but there aren't great options in your diet? Anything from Europe is a struggle. Italian is a struggle. French is a struggle. Russian is a struggle. Polish is a struggle. British is a struggle, like traditional British food. Like anything from Europe is really tough. But honestly, if you go non-European cuisines, so anywhere in Asia, Africa, South America, oh, they got the vegan and vegetarian options on lock. They've got tofu for a lot of Asian cuisines. There's beans in Latin American foods. There's a lot of lentils in Mediterranean, Middle Eastern foods. But like, as long as honestly, I have the hardest time at American restaurants and European restaurants. Just they tend to not have the best, like as many vegan vegetarian options as non-European cuisines. Ooh, Andrew's been a member for half a year. Let's go. Hello there. Sorry if I'm glitching. I feel like I just glitched on my browser. Yikes. Chef Top is here. Vice is here. Jade X Lex. I'm eating oatmeal because of all the butters and creams. Exactly, Desi. Yep. Yep. Exactly. The dairy and the eggs and the meat. It's just like Italian restaurants are so difficult. And so are, oh my gosh, French cuisine. Phew, it's like all cheese, all butter, duck, uh beef, chicken. It's just not that that's bad, but if you're a vegan, it's just it's a struggle. All right. Andrew Savini, how have you been? Thank you very much. Got it. All right, Andrew. OMG, already half a year. Thank you so much for being a member. Charles, my dog is coming with me to New York City tomorrow. How fun! What a fun update. Safe travels. 6 months for Andrew. Tony, Sicilian sausage. Okay. Vice's Germany is definitely a struggle diet. Yes. I lived in Germany for a while, and what's great though is Germans overall, I would say, have really embraced veganism and vegetarian options. So like there are tons if you're in any of the major cities like Berlin, Munich, Leipzig, Cologne, Hamburg, Nuremberg, wherever, like there will be plenty of vegan and vegetarian catering restaurants that you can find. Like they are on board with it, even if their traditional food is not vegan friendly. Just and the thing is, it's like I'm not knocking traditional cuisines. It's just I'm just saying it's certain cuisines are easier for certain diets. All right, let's finish these oats and get cooking. Mm. Thank you, Back to the Future. Don't forget to smash the like button by double tapping your screen. Amen to that. Dang, it's not even a competition in this poll question. Woo! Expecting a baby it is almost at 60% of the votes. All right, people. I'm just about done. So let's get cracking. I'm gonna take this off because I am getting a little toasty in here. BRB. All right, so let me put my oatmeal fixings away. Flax, truvia, and cinnamon. And before I get started with my tofu, I'm going to need to move the rest of this stir fry into a container. So let's do that real quick. Yaba, late to the show. No worries. How are you, Yaba? How have you been since Wednesday? So I'm just storing the rest of my fried rice that I made on Wednesday. Oops. And I'm gonna put this. Oh, I'll probably eat this tomorrow. The last little bit of my fried rice. Oh, Terrence, thank you. Let me get you on my dono list. Okay. Back to the Future saying hello, Dad. Terrence, thank you so much. Oh, yay! Oh no, it was a fail. Shoot, I tried to get the screenshot. Thank you. Fail. But I'll get you on my shout out list, Terrence. There we go. Sorry for that, guys. Killed the stream there for 2 seconds. Okay. So I am gonna give this a rinse real quick over here. Ooh, can you guys see my trivia question okay? It's looking a little weird on my screen. Whatever. Technical difficulties. Are you guys still able to see my my trivia question? What is this weird movie? Sorry, guys. Yeah, but Hannah, I thought I typed yeah, but I didn't see. Yeah, it changed it to dad. I was like, oh my gosh. It's the translation function, I think. Hello. Epilogue. Hello, Epilogue. Good to see you. Yeah, for some reason my poll question is not it's not showing the options on my screen. I don't know if I killed that. Not sure. Okay. Tofu time. Finally. Let's see. Micah says, "Oh, I voted wrong. What did you pick, Micah? Which one?" Epilogue says, "Thanks, darling. You're welcome." Pick the second one. I can no longer see what the second one is. One, two, three, four. So I'm planning to make tofu and quinoa tonight. Let's see if I can get it done. Mike, I feel bad for myself. Praj is new here. Welcome, Praj. Hope you're having a good day or night, wherever you are. The second one I voted was moving to Minneapolis. Okay. Blog, nope. Check the pinned comment. Vice says I chose 4. Remind me again what 4 is, because I can't see it. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Back to the Future says, I guessed having a baby. Jennifer says, I remember you. That's good. Devon, what was it? Can't remember. Still amazed at how the first option gets picked. I know, every time. I love getting to prove my point that people just mindlessly pick the first thing they see without actually reading the question. Micah says 4 got cast on a reality TV show. Oh, Jennifer. Oh my gosh, it sounds like you have not been here in a while. I know, a letter from Hogwarts would be incredible. Alien Metals, hello. All right, let's get started on the big old batch of tofu. Let's see, cut this way. Epilogue, that's show us how smart you are. Mark, check the pinned comment. Come on, get out of there. Jennifer with the hearts. Alien Metals, check the pinned comment. Anytime someone has a question about what's going on, it's just check the pinned comment, please. Epilogue, yes, I really love Asian cuisines. Oof. Oof. I'm watching Charlize Theron try to escape a guy in the wilderness, and it's not going well. Oh, never stop. Thank you. Never stop. Happy Friday. Thank you very much for the super chat. And don't know, wow. Kirby, yay, you made it. I'm doing good. Very happy that it's Friday. How are you, Kirby? Okay. Oop. Happy Friday. You're welcome. Hi, chat. Let me make sure to get you on the dono list. Never stop. Thank you very much. Wow, Kirby, it's still raining. Oh my goodness. Dang. I mean, that's got to be great for your farm. Move this back into the frame here. Yeah, the garden is loving it. Good. I'm glad. Kirby, will you be working this weekend at your like overnight crisis center job? Also, Kirby too, isn't school must be wrapping up soon since it's like end of the year. Or at least I'm guessing it is. I'll work Saturday and Sunday, have to attend a wedding. Ooh, that's exciting, Kirby. Enjoy. Is it a family member? Is it a friend? Or someone else? Perry Eason is here. Hello, Perry. Happy Friday to you. Oh my gosh, it's your cousin. Oh, how cute. Oh my gosh, Kirby. How precious. Family weddings are exciting. Wow. I would have a blast. Is it pretty local or will you have to travel far for this wedding, Kirby? Thank you, Perry. I appreciate it. All right, 3 more containers, y'all. 3 more containers of tofu. Didn't I just make this on Monday? It feels like I go through so much tofu. It's crazy. But it's my go-to meal prep item. It's local. Yes, ditto to never stop. Congrats to the couple. Congrats to your cousin. Oh. I think family weddings are so exciting too because it's like you're gaining more family members through in-laws. Uh-oh, it's already dry. It's so dry where Yaba is in the highlands that there's fire warnings. Ooh, that's stressful. We had that a couple of weeks ago, Yaba. Dang. Ooh, stay safe, guys. Kayvon guest reality TV show for the poll. Yes, I believe you prepared tofu on Monday. Isn't that crazy how much I go through? But it's so, the thing is, I feel like it's so light and it's so tasty. It was one of the longest droughts. Oh, wow. Mother Nature's going crazy this year. What is going on? All right, let's get this ready to go onto the stove top. So I'm going to grab my olive oil. Actually, the feature says 8 of them too. Yeah, crazy. Allie, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Okay, gonna grab my olive oil here. First, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Morton's iodized salt. Hello, Shaika. Okay, so I'm just about to the end of this bottle of olive oil. So I'm just gonna use the rest of this. Thank you, Perry. Okay, that's it for that one. And second bottle. Tons of olive oil. Yum. And now I'm going to take a fork and mash this. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze really quick. Maybe not. Nicole is here. Also, I'm gonna mute just because I've got a. Well, maybe not. Whenever I have music on in the background from a movie, I get nervous that I'm gonna get a copyright. But it went away. Okay. How are you, Nicole? Okay, I need to mute because of the music. Ah! Okay, we're good. Shaika, I do want to see The Devil Wears Prada too. I don't know when I'll see it, but I am gonna see it. Never stop. I want to make your meal so bad, but I know, trust me, it will not come out like yours. Practice makes perfect, though. You gotta start somewhere. This movie is not what I expected it to be. It's like Charlize Theron versus this psychopath in the wilderness. It's not, yeah, not what I was thinking it would be. Like, subscribe, share, join, become a channel member. Thanks, Back to the Future. Yes, indeed. Any or all of those things would be fabulous. All right, I'm getting close to being done breaking down the tofu. And then I'm going to set it on my stovetop. Todd Long, how are you? Good to see you here. All right. So that's looking good. I'm going to take a spatula, stir it around just a little bit more to scrape the bottom, make sure everything is well mixed, and then I'm going to set this onto my stovetop. Danny, thank you. Shaika says, try to do the tofu Hannah's way. I have a recipe video, guys. If you want to know how to make this tofu, go to my channel and search for the recipe video. You're right, I'll be Ma. All right, so time to put this big old wok pan that is so heavy onto my stovetop and get it stewing. I'm gonna wipe the bottom down though, because there's a little bit of moisture I don't want to get on my stovetop. Making it tomorrow is what you meant. Okay. Ooh. Dang. Okay, let's get this over here. And I'm gonna do some tidy up because I don't know if you can tell there's some scuff marks here. Alpha Parsad is here. Hi RM, how are you? Welcome back. So all that tofu moisture is wiped up. All right. And then we'll move on to the quinoa next. But first I'm gonna do a little tidy up. So let's turn this over here. Jamie. Well, look, a cozy Friday evening. Yep. Those are the types of Fridays I prefer to have because after working Monday through Friday, I don't feel like doing a whole lot on Fridays typically. Sometimes I do, but yeah. I prefer a chill Friday night. So I'm just rinsing out these tofu containers that I just put into my wok pan. I didn't go out today. I didn't go out much today. I was out very briefly, but it was a very indoor day. To be honest, I just really didn't feel like getting out much today. Jamie says hello. Ooh, Kirby, I have it bookmarked on my to watch list on YouTube, so I haven't seen it yet. But I will, probably this weekend. Yeah, but Hannah, how did you choose your mods? I mean, it was so long ago at this point. I can't really remember the rhyme or the reason why I picked who I did. I think it was like right at the beginning, the people who I saw showing up a lot, I was just kind of like, do you want to be a mod? Do you want I'll make you a mod. So, yeah, this happened in like 2024 sometime. But yeah, my mods are amazing. I love them. All right. So, tidying up is done. Thank goodness. Shaika, if you're out all weekend, it finishes fast, yes. Bishop, I had a pretty chill Friday. It was good. Not gonna complain. I mean, it was nice. I had work and that was about it. How about you? How was your Friday? All right, let's get these rinsed out tofu containers into my recycling. I try to do my best with recycling, guys. Great. Okay. Now on to the quinoa. Finally, part two of the food. And be sure to vote in the poll because I am going to be closing this poll in a few minutes. I played soccer for like 15 years. I also was a local referee with my father. Fun, fun, fun. Never stop. Back to the Future saying hi to Bishop Bullwinkle. I'm just gonna get a little drink of water here. Okay. Now let's move on to the quinoa, guys. Ooh, I'm gonna need some more quinoa. Look at that. Getting to the bottom of this. So let me grab my saucepan. Me too, I can't lose this one. So I think this is 2 cups of quinoa. We'll see. We'll see what it is. All right. We've got, oh yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a full 2 cups, actually. Here's one. Gonna be close. Sir Mod, I feel like that cup you have goes platinum with millennials. That cup you have. Which, this one? All right. Uncooked quinoa. Gonna put it in my sieve and rinse it under my sink for about 1 minute. My day was great. Didn't do anything. Nice. Sounds relaxing. Oh, the glass cup. Okay, gotcha. That's so funny. I feel like that cup you have goes platinum with millennials. Why do you say that? I'm so curious. Danny says, I love Beyonce. All right, I'm going to close the poll in just a minute or two, so vote if you haven't. God, this movie is so weird. I don't like it. Yeah. Sir Mon says we all have it. Oh, funny. Okay. Well, then cheers to being a millennial. All right, here's 1 cup of rinsed quinoa going in here. Okay. Let's get the rest of the quinoa in here. Stubborn quinoa. Okay, let's finish off this bag, guys. And it's gonna be pretty close to a cup. Yeah, that's like pretty much a cup. Not totally, but whatever. And here's the part where my quinoa goes everywhere. Oh. Hannah, are you watching Snow White and the Huntsman with Charlize Theron? No. I am actually watching the #1 trending Netflix movie right now called Apex. And it's horrible. 10 out of 10, do not recommend it. It's basically just Charlize Theron being in bondage to this psychopath in the wilderness. It's just, I was like hoping for more depth, and it just feels like it's Charlize Theron trying to get away from this psycho guy in the woods or in the wilderness for like an hour and a half straight. Yeah, weird. All right, so let's rinse this second cup of quinoa right here. Ooh, I see Mesorecto is here. Yeah, Back to the Future, it is awful. It's just very two-dimensional. There's not much to the movie other than Charlize Theron is like running and screaming and bound by handcuffs. It's just like, okay. Ooh, we got another mod in here. Hi, Joker Callie. 2 mods. Hannah, I'm playing at a garden party on Sunday. It's a beer garden party. I approve, Yaba. I approve. Have fun. So I'm just rinsing the second cup of the quinoa here. Thanks, Jaika. All right. Pete is saying Harry Potter, which means it's time to close the poll. Almost forgot. All right. So let's close this poll. Oh, Chica's here too! Yay! Oh my god, we got 3 mods here. I love to see it. Chica is here. All right, I'm gonna close this poll now before I forget. I keep saying I'm gonna close it. Mod squad, yes. Okay, closing the poll. So the question was, guess which good news my friend told me this week? This wasn't even hard for you guys. I was hoping like maybe it would be a little tricky, but 61% of you got it right. My friend told me that she and her husband are expecting a baby in October. And I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, this one was easy. Good job, guys. I'm gonna try and think of something a little harder. Yeah, Kirby, we got 3 mods in here, so the trolls don't stand a chance. Ha ha ha. Kirby saying hi to Raichi. I love it. Okay, what else could I quiz you guys on? I have ideas. I'm brainstorming here. Give me see, do you hear this? It's literally just Charlize Theron fighting off okay, the guy in this movie, it's called so the movie is called Apex. I just threw it on because I was feeling like a suspense adventure kind of movie. But it feels like it's Charlize Theron versus the guy who plays James McAvoy as Glass, that like the guy who's got like split personalities by the baker's dozen. Um it's just like the whole time her and this guy just like duking it out and fighting each other, well, her fighting him off, and then she escapes and swims and jumps into the thing, and then somehow he pops up again. It's like, okay. This got old after 20 minutes. And now she's sobbing on a beach with lots of wounds. I don't know what's going on. Dustin says, I knew Hogwarts didn't send out letters this early. Yeah, Chica says I was really hoping she was going to Hogwarts. Yeah. People still picked it though. People picked it. Mostly folders. OMG. I don't see you usually getting too many trolls, a couple here and there, I guess, but it's the internet. True. I would say, yeah, the trolls are under control for the most part on here. Okay, I'm thinking about what I could ask or what my next trivia could be. Movie, theater, play. Um, 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 okay. I have a new trivia for you guys. Let's see if you can get it right. Let's see. Guess which outing I have planned. Wait, I have this weekend. Um, is it? Here we go. Trivia question number 2. Guess which outing I have this weekend? Outing/event. Favorite movie genre? Oh, that's so hard. It's like a three-way tie between horror, drama, and action adventure. I would say drama. I think drama is my favorite. Horror is a close second. Favorite animal is the squirrel. Yeah, but yes, I did write letters to Santa Claus, and I think I did post some of them too. Okay, let's get a move on with the quinoa. I'm gonna give my tofu a stir though. Okay, tofu is stirred. Hello, Devin Vassal. Happy Friday to you as well. You guys, it feels impossible. Like, I feel like for how many groceries I have purchased and how much cooking I've been doing this week, look at how empty my fridge is. Look at how sad. It's like, what? Like, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. Cause I think it's just because I eat. I have to eat like a decent amount of food day to day. But it's like for how much work I do, the food goes so fast. So frustrating. But can't complain. It is what it is. Sorry, had a call. What was the answer? My friend is expecting a baby. Okay. Now let me grab some vegan butter for this. Man, it's like, how is my fridge this empty? How? Crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of Country Crock plant butter. Ooh. Oh, never stop says, yes, I won. Well, thank you for a second super chat. Much appreciated. And I will give you a thanks in just a second. So I just put 2 tablespoons of vegan plant butter into this pot. Ajinkia, OMG, I'm going to the hospital. How is your residency going, Ajinkia? How has being a doctor been? I have so many questions for you. And if I remember correctly, you're internal medicine, right? What has been your favorite thing about being an internal medicine resident doctor? Never stops says, yes, I won. Love it. Love it, love it. Congrats on getting it right. Thank you again, sir. Ooh. All right. Arthur Lujano, super hectic. Internal medicine is connecting to every department. Yes. I feel like it would be very exciting, very interesting, but also very hectic. It's not like, I feel like if you were a specialist, like if you were a heart surgeon or a foot doctor or a blood specialist or a cancer doctor or a eye doctor, it's like your specialty is so specific that people are only coming to see you for that part of the body. If you have an eye problem, if you have a bone problem, skin problem. But I feel like internal medicine, it covers so many things that people would just like need you all the time, which is a good thing. I feel like it's good if you're needed by tons of people. It means like your job is very valuable, your skill set is very valuable, great job security, you can help tons of people. But at the same time, I feel like it would be really stressful too, where you're like, oh my gosh, I have a million people that I need to help, and there's only so many minutes in the day. EWAS. Buy your ticket now for the next Artemis mission. Funny. Ajinkia, yeah, internal medicine. I want to look up a definition of internal medicine. Is it basically anything going on internally? Internal medicine. Apply scientific knowledge to the diagnosis, treatment, and compassionate care of adults across the spectrum from health to complex multi-system illness. Wow, interesting. Very interesting, Ajinkia. Are you a MD or a DO? Great question. I don't think I ever asked Ajinkia this. To me, it's like a doctor is a doctor, but I mean, they are 2 separate degrees to become a doctor in the United States. Ice cream says W. All right. Just giving the tofu a stir, guys. BRB. BRB. Okay. So we've got the rinsed quinoa. We've got a couple tablespoons. Actually, you know what? I wish I wouldn't have done that, but well. I'm gonna sprinkle some pepper in here. Watkins ground black pepper, and then a little bit of garlic powder. Love. And then I think it's gonna be like a teaspoon and a half of salt. Oh, this movie is so annoying. Um, Never stop with the Chelsea emojis. Also, you have the number one crown now. Never stop. Coffee is here. Heyo. Kirby says, Michael, you're going to watch The GOAT this weekend. Oh, okay. So we've got not only a guess as to the answer, but specifically the movie for that answer. All right. Ajinkia is an MD, medical doctor. We got a doctor in the house. Woo! And it's not me. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. It's not me. All right. So the last thing I need to add in here before I set it on my stovetop is it's going to be just under 2 cups of water cuz no, 4 cups of water actually since it's a double batch. So here's my measuring cup. Still me says, I'm guessing you're going to outer space because you're stellar. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I was saying hi to Coffee. Everybody's excited to see Coffee here. When I played FIFA, the game, I always picked Chelsea. The correct one to choose. Love it. Okay, so here's 2 cups. And then I'm going to need 2 more, just about. So definitely the bottom of this pitcher. And then I think I'm going to need to use some of my drinking water or sink water. Honestly, whatever. Coffee saying hi to Reaper. All right. There's cups number 3 and 4. So I am going to put this onto the stovetop and let it boil and then reduce it to simmer. In the meantime, I am going to stir my tofu for a bit. Let's see what people are saying here. Looks like 41% are picking movie. Then second place is rocket ship to outer space. Oh man. Yikes. All right, let's grab the tofu. Charlize is struggling in this movie again. Kirby says Michael Jackson. Be careful. Dennis is saying, be careful if you're going out on a hike because my friend ran into a mountain lion once. Yeah. I think, I mean, I'm not going to say what the answer is, but just as someone who enjoys hiking, sometimes in the city, like within the Twin Cities area, but sometimes out in more rural areas, it's just a good idea to be armed with a lot of things like pepper spray, bear spray, a knife, and a gun. Like, because honestly, like out on hikes, it's not people you need to worry as much, in my opinion. It's not people you need to worry as much about, it's the animals. Um, 'Cause it's honestly, oh, I would be kicking myself if I found myself out on a hike and I had all the time in the world to prepare for it, and then I have this encounter with, say, like a bobcat or a cougar or a bear or any of the other things you could run into here in Minnesota, and say I got, like, viciously attacked. I'd be like, "Are you kidding me? Like, why did I not prepare myself properly? Like, why did I come out here not properly equipped to deal with the nature that I could encounter?" So yeah, hiking, I mean, I've gone on hikes within Minneapolis or in the nearby suburbs. I'm those ones I'm like, I don't think you need to be armed to the teeth for those, being real. Like suburban Minneapolis, probably not. But if it's getting I don't know, 30, I feel like it really depends. I don't think there's like a clear radius, but I would say if you're out in nature to the point where it's like you are in bear territory and moose territory and wolf territory, yeah, you should be armed to deal with that stuff. What are you making? Check the pinned comment, Chief the Medicine Man. Yes, indeed, it is tofu. Coffee says W mods. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Tofu's looking good. You guys, I don't think I ever realized how much food I go through in a week until doing these live streams where I'm food prepping constantly. And I was saying earlier tonight, I was like, didn't I just make this like an 8 package batch of tofu on Monday? And I'm out. Like I'm making another one with 8 packages. Yeah, it's wild, guys. I go through a lot. Never Never Stop is saying very large. Kirby says, "Do you eat the meal prep twice after work?" So, this is why I feel like my meal prepping goes like I go through my meal prepped meals so quickly is because I will usually eat the meal like okay, say tomorrow was a work day and I have this whole batch of tofu. I would eat it for both lunch and dinner for the next few days. So it's like, well, yeah, if I'm having two meals that are the same, just for the sake of time, if I don't have a lot of time, it's like, all right, go to my fridge, microwave a plate, eat it, and then move on with whatever I got to get done. So it's like 2 meals a day for 3 days. That's 6 servings. Yeah, I mean, because I eat big meals, like I need to eat enough to be healthy. Um, Never Stop says moose are very large. Yes, they are. Moose are terrifying. I've never seen one in person, but I've seen videos and I'm like, "Ooh, I hope I hope I never encounter a moose in the wild unarmed because they are very dangerous." Yeah. Micah says, "Is Minneapolis all liberal?" No place is all liberal. No. No. I would say it's largely liberal if you look at the numbers, like the way people vote in local elections, in state elections, in federal elections. Yes, Minneapolis, like almost not all, but like most other major cities in the United States, is liberal voting, like Democrat Party voting. But I mean, there's conservatives in every city. It's not I don't think there's any place, any city or town, unless it's maybe a town of like 3 people. But any like city, it's not all liberal. No. Omar says hiking. Um, Coffee. Kirby, Michael Jackson. Yes, sir, indeed. Much love for Michael Jackson. Vice says hiking for sure. Ooh, it's now looking like movie and then hiking and then rocket ship to outer space. All right, keep voting, y'all. Keep voting. Chief the Medicine Man, what's up, my chat peeps? Good to see you. Coffee with the moose emojis. They look very majestic. Are you talking moose? Moose are very majestic, but they're also terrifying. They're so large. Like, let's Google this. How much does a moose weigh? How much does the average moose weigh? Ooh, any guesses? Wow. That is so terrifying. Yeah, no thanks. Vice says, I missed the answer. Was the answer TV show? The first one was My Friend is Expecting a Baby. Chief the Medicine Man says large and clumsy, 1,500 pounds. Yep. That's the upper range. It says it varies between males and females and age, but adult moose typically weigh between 800 and 1,500 pounds. That is so. Let's go on the smaller end. 800 divided by 120. Wow. That's 6.5 times my weight. Jeez Louise. Vice is pretty much a cow size. Yes, never stop guest 1,600 pounds. Don't forget to like the live, everyone, says Chica. Thank you. Yes, we're at 51, I think. Dang it, I hate when parts of a movie they crank up the music and then now I'm like, oh, I don't want to be copyright struck. I'm gonna mute myself really quick here. All right, I'm back. No copyright strikes here, guys. Imagine, oh man, run for your life says never stop. Yeah, although, people do not realize how big they are. Yes, true. Imagine running for your life. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, I think it's the pepper I have sitting right underneath my nose. Ooh. Um, let's look this up. I love looking up survival stuff because it's like, okay, I should probably know something for whenever I'm out in the country. What should you do if you come across a moose in the wild? What does AI tell us? It says if you encounter a moose, give it plenty of space, stay calm, and back away slowly. Ooh, if a moose charges you, run away quickly and hide behind a solid object like a tree or a rock. So basically, if you get charged by a moose in an open field, you're screwed. That sucks. Watch for warning signs like laid back ears, raised hackles, I don't know what that is, or licking lips. Ooh, never approach or corner a moose. Oh my gosh, this is honestly, this is like stressful just reading. Oh gosh. I know I'm a little behind here. Vice asked Hannah, what's your all-time favorite movie from the 90s? You know, it's probably gonna be The Mummy, which came out in 1999. Micah says, I love visiting national parks in America. Glacier is my favorite. Washington State is so underrated. I've never been there. Vice says, I couldn't hear anything. Trust me, YouTube hears it because I have gotten multiple copyright, not it's not strikes, but basically it flags a video where it's like, this video contains copyrighted material. You must either delete or trim out the segment or mute that part. And so trust me when I say the YouTube system, all of its little sensors that it's built in, they catch the music. Kayvon says, I was way off. Never Stop says, bless you. Thank you so much. It says run. Yeah, I mean, yes, Chief the Medicine Man. I think it says, like, if a moose is charging you at that point, if you just stand still, you're screwed. So you might as well try and, like, save yourself by running and hiding behind an object. Like, if you could at least get something between, like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, likely this would go down in a forest, like, hopefully not an open area. But if a large 1,000-pound moose was running at me and I was in, like, a forested area, hopefully I'd be like, okay, let's look for any tree, maybe a big one, and then just kind of, like, get behind the tree like this, if this was the tree. And the hope is, like, if you can just kind of keep scooching, like, around the tree and keep it between you and the moose, yeah, that's, like, your best shot at surviving at that point. Because, like, standing still, it's just gonna charge you with its big old antlers or trample you. So you might as well, if it's running at you, you might as well run. That's how I read that advice. Kayvon, I wonder if anyone tried to ride a moose? Hopefully not. Never Stop says shoot, ask questions later. It's people that rides moose. Never Stop says I'm kidding. Oh geez. I mean, hey, if you're having to save your life out in nature, I mean, if it's like, if that's what it's gonna take to save yourself from wildlife, yeah, I think you should do what's required. Videos of people trying to pet wild animals. Oh my gosh. Ooh. These videos are infuriating to watch. I watched the saddest, or I think it was a news story I read where some person or couple, I can't remember, they decided to go up and pet a wild bison. And what's terrible is that I think because of, like, the scent that the human left on the bison, it was, like, rejected from its herd. They were like, "Nope, you smell like people, we don't want you here." So it was, like, devastating for the bison that the people went up and pet because it then caused it to be kicked out of its herd or shunned by its herd, and I was like, "Really, people? Really?" Micah says videos. Oh, that was you. Joe says, hey, honey, the wild one. Ooh, oh my gosh, I've not been keeping up with the Timberwolves or the Wild. Okay, hold on. Wild Stars series. Oh, so we won, right? 4-2. Is that it? Also Timberwolves versus Nuggets. What is happening in this series? Oh my gosh, we won! They're out. Okay, I've not been in the loop with these. Oh yeah, we had the best game ever. Excellent. It was a great day to be a Minnesotan. Wow, I've been so disconnected, just like focused in on work that I just like aliens could have touched down in Oklahoma and I wouldn't have known about it. People would have been telling me about it on the internet, but it's like I've been so focused on things that I just was like out of the loop in terms of like major headlines, sports, whatever else is going on in the world. The Cavaliers just got cheated in Toronto. Chica says absolutely fire games. Nice. Some people see cute and find out too late. Oh, yeah. Ooh, my quinoa is boiling, guys. Woo! Let's get this moving. All right. I was not paying attention, but that's okay. Something I like to do with my quinoa is just skim off the foam that forms on the top of it. Which sounds gross. It's just, I don't know. I think it has to do with residue and just Probably some of the starch coming off of the grains. Ugh. Cavaliers, Ragey says Wild is moving on for the first time in 15 years. 11 years, not 15. Thank you, free from life 24. All right. Skim that off. Breathing. Love it. Brandon Preacher Green. Heyo. Rachie says, thanks to our amazing gold medal players. Woo! Good job, dudes. Love them. So glad we've got them. All right, so stir the quinoa. And I think I'm gonna let this cook for like 13 minutes. Put a lid on it too. Oh, Ray! Hello, I'm good. How have you been the last couple days? How's school going for you? Micah says, we love people visiting our national parks, but please use common sense. People, indeed. I know, we need common sense. Just stirring the tofu, y'all. Looking great. Ray says hi to Back to the Future. Whew. Thank you, Free from Life. Brandon Preacher Green says, I'm guessing you have a rocket ship to outer space. 16% of people who voted seem to think that. School has been normal. I'm exempt from all of my finals. Wait. Ooh, why are you exempt, Ray? Doesn't sound like a bad thing, but I'm just curious. What's the reason? On tofu. I like making large batches of food, especially tofu, but it does take a longer amount of time to stew it on my stovetop. I have all A's and B's. There you go, Ray. Dang. So if you get A's and B's, then you don't have to take finals, it sounds like. Cosborn, that's one refreshing looking glass of agua. Someone was saying earlier that this pegs me as a millennial. Is this true? I mean, I don't care if it does or not. I love being a millennial. 50% Gen Z, 50% boomer, 100% awesomeness. But I was like, okay, I've never gotten called out on my water glass before. But I will say it was a housewarming gift from my millennial bestie. So maybe that makes two of us. Chica. Is that really a millennial thing? Okay, I feel like millennials are like the next like second most hated after boomers. That's the vibe I get. People are like, like it's like you're chuggy, live, laugh, love, keep calm and carry on, millennial gray, bougie. I'm trying to think of like all the millennial pause, because I'm like, well, yeah, I'm gonna take a nice moment before I speak on camera. I ain't just gonna be yapping while I hit record like a Neanderthal. Like some of the comments, I'm like, dude, the hate is unwarranted here. Okay. Anyways, I will defend myself as a millennial till the day I die. Friday is the best day of the week. See, and mine is, I do love Fridays, but Saturday is my favorite day. Aw, never stop. You're so nice. Let me reply before YouTube times me out. Third time. Thank you very much once again. Never stop. All right, and can't forget the don't know wow. All right. Ooh, this is such a fun topic of conversation because I identify so strongly as a millennial, and I feel like boomers don't have much to say, but I feel like Gen Z has a lot to say, which is fine. We're better. Okay. Darren Carsberg, I have not seen you in a long time. I'm doing well. How are you doing over in Aussie land? For a second, I was doubting myself. I was like, wait, is he a Kiwi? But I'm positive you're in Australia. How are you? Micah, did I miss anybody? Oh, Cosborn says a potluck sounds delicious. Okay, sorry, I did miss a few comments up here. Ray, which is huge for me because I really struggle with math, so I worked hard to get it up. Nice job, Ray. Well done. Love to hear you getting A's and B's. Brandon Preacher Green, what did you make tonight, if anything? Check the pinned comment. Ray, you have to have grades above a D and only have 2 excused absences per semester. Okay. Mike, okay, hold on. Kirby, don't know wow. They think millennials are cringe. I'm gonna do all the, it's like, yes, 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 cringe, cringe. I love it. I despise the millennial pause. What? As someone who cherishes dictation and clear communication, I cannot understand this, okay? This is so annoying. Oh, curve. Oh, as I almost fall. Thank you. I literally, I was reaching and my feet flew out from under me and I went like this. So I missed that, but thank you, Kirby. You can tell I have lots of feelings about this millennial thing. Dennis says, all right, good night, Hannah, and everyone in the chat. Good night, Dennis. Thank you so much for being here and asking thoughtful questions. I appreciated the one you asked earlier. I'm positive it was you. Should dogs ever be vegan? And my answer to that is, unless there's like a health reason, like a vet is saying like, you need to feed this dog veggies and nothing else, I would say no. I personally don't think dogs should be fed a vegan diet. Cosborn says only millennials sip their water from fancy cups and wear sunglasses on their heads indoors. We're like boomer 2.0 here. Or just Gen Zs are a bunch of haters. Darren says, Rachie, I'm going to subscribe to your channel. Chief says, millennials are cool. Yes, we are. Best gen, okay? Like, I love being a millennial. Best generation. Rachie says, I saw a video of Jason Earls announcing he was coming to MOA and the pause was diabolically long. Ray says millennials are fine. They seem to have one-sided beef with Gen Z for no reason, but oh well. I mean, there's a lot of hate coming from the Gen Zs directed at millennials. So I would say it's the Gen Z. We're in response. I feel like millennials don't have beef with anyone, but we get a ton of crap from Gen Z. Cosborn, if I was born in 88, am I a millennial? Yes. Yes, you are a millennial. Brandon Preacher Green, I know Mother's Day is next Sunday, but do you have any plans for the day? Yes, we do have plans for Mother's Day. Dennis, Chief says, lol. Kirby sent the party hat, which I slipped and missed. Cosborn, lol, what was that little dance? It was a cringy, extra millennial dance. Rachie says, wait, I have a challenge for you. Show how you would do a heart with your, oh, I know exactly this BS. Isn't the millennials or the Gen Zs do like some BS like this? I do this because I'm normal. Then show how you'd answer the phone and hold it up to your, oh yeah, this is the scary Gen Z one. This is how the rest of humans would say that. to do that. Your thoughts on canceling family who don't agree with you politically? Oh, this drives me insane. Oh, we have opened two cans of worms right here. The it's like battle of the generations, mostly millennials and Gen Zs, whatever. The millennial versus Gen Z thing. And then people who feel like you need to cancel people that don't agree with you politically, which is so beyond dumb. Like, I will say it. It's so immature. It's so foolish. It's so irritating. So no, I personally don't think you should cancel people or cut people out who disagree with you politically. If they're like nasty and mean and like if they're treating you with disrespect, then yeah, I mean that doesn't even I'm not even talking about political beliefs. It's like if a person is just toxic and nasty toward you, regardless of what they believe, yes, cut them out of your life immediately. But if they disagree, like if they have different political beliefs than you, I don't care. I find it interesting actually. Anytime I'm like sitting next to someone or talking to someone and it is very clear that they have very different views than me, I'm like, "Ooh, tell me more, because I don't agree. How can you think this way? I need to understand." Like I cannot. I'm so hopefully I speak for most people in saying that I am so sick and tired of canceling people and if they think differently than me, then I can't speak to them anymore. They're horrible. It's just like, are we too like this is stuff we learn like when we're in preschool. It's just like you can still get along with people if you even if you don't agree with them. Vice, no, I'm vegan. Never Stop is saying I'm 34. Yes, they do that or this. Oh Lord, here we go. I can't. For the phone, they do the Lego hand. Is that what this is? Cosborn, Rachie, did you find a new graphics job yet? Dennis, especially your family, love them for who they are. Ray says, I got on live the other day and there was like 20 people watching me build Legos. That's cool. Kirby says, I'll cancel you if you don't like the Detroit Lions. Well, luckily for you, I have a lot of millennial love for the Detroit Lions. Um, Gen Z can't change their smoke detector. Hey, if there's one advantage that millennials have over Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, we were raised by boomers. I feel like both of my parents, like, I look at the way some of these kids are being brought up, and it's like they're allowed to just be in their feelings 100% of the time with a phone in their hand. And I'm like, dude, those kids are cooked. Like, they are not going to do well in the workforce. They are going to struggle when they meet the real world and find out that no one cares about their feelings. Just not to be insensitive, but I'm like, hell yeah, I was raised by boomers and they did not put up with crap. It's like we were not behaving. We knew very quickly. So I say what you want about millennials, but I am so glad, generally speaking, that we got parented by the boomers who were a lot stricter and a lot tougher than the way that a lot of these kids are being brought up now. I would not want to be raised. As a millennial, I would not want to be raised by a millennial or Gen X. It's like I could make a hour-long video on all the reasons why I'm so glad I am not another generation than millennial. Okay. Let's see here. Epilogue. Ooh, still here. Ray, I'm offended by the Gen Z hate here, guys. No, no, like a C-shaped hand. Oh, okay. Interesting. Epilogue after Z Gen coming Gen Alphas. Oh no, Ray says my little brother is being brought up on his tablet since he was 1. Yeah. Ooh, I worry about the kids that are just like phone addicted and social media addicted. Device and social media addicted. I had to work at 15 with my father. Kayvon, I don't know how to feel about being roasted like this. Chazi. Well, the thing is, it's like, I don't dislike Gen Z. I think Gen Z is great. I think they're hilarious. I love the realness. But I also feel like they love to chirp and hate on millennials and I feel like the boomers are the butt of every joke. Not everyone. Kirby, Ray, that's when you step in. Vice, I don't know if I could ever give up fish. Oh no, I've tried, but I get in trouble for trying to step in, says Ray. Dennis says, okay, now I have to leave. I know it's a fun conversation. I love it. Good night, Dennis. 6-7. Oh, I love it. Kirby, I've never yelled at my parents. Kirby, I remember one time I talked back at my mom and said, dude, where I was like, dude. I was like, I can't believe this, dude. And she was basically like, you about to die. Did you really? She's like, I am not your dude. I'm not your friend. Yeah, she was pissed. Epilogue says, thanks, Hannah. Ray, I'm 6 months post-op as of like this week. Congratulations. Wow. Geez, that time went really fast. I remember when you were saying you were going to be like 1 month post-op, and now it's been half a year. Yeah, Kirby. I was so irritated at my mom that I feel like what came out of my mouth is something I would have said to like a friend or someone at school where I was just like, dude, like what the heck? Or like, can you stop? I was so annoyed that it just came out. And I was like, oh, shoot, here we go. Now I'm screwed. Raymond Church is here. Hello, Veronica. Fern is here. We got people rolling in here. Cosborn, Raymond Church. All right, I'm forgetting my tofu and my quinoa. Woo! Tofu is cooking. Cooking. All right. Back to the Future says, hey, Cosborn, how are you, my friend? Veronica said hi. Looks like you changed your username. Micah says, I saw a woman on TikTok in Africa crying. Oh, that's so sad. I mean, it's true, though. And this, to open up a third can of worms, okay, it's one thing to be critical of the United States, because there are a lot of things I think we could do better. I think we could do healthcare better. I think we could do paid time off better. I think workers could get more holidays. I think pregnant women could get more time off after they give birth. So yeah, there's like stuff that the US could do better compared to other countries, but people who just straight up are living in the United States, living their life with their, $1,000 iPhone and internet and everything, and they're just like blanketly hating on the US is the worst country ever. We're evil. We're horrible. I hate this. I hate this country. I hate it here. And I'm just like, being critical is one thing, but man, if you are just calling us like the worst country ever, I'm like, you just have not. And the first thing I think is like, you actually don't understand like how much worse your life could be. Ooh, that irritates me so much. Work. I hate work. It's been killing me, says Veronica. Uh-oh. Oh, the horror. It's great to see you. How are you? Coffee saying hi to Ray. Veronica changed your username. Every time I think about complaining, yes, Kirby, yes, preach. Anytime, like today, for example, I was sitting at work and it was pretty boring. I was like, okay, I'm pretty bored here. Just gotta knock out my tasks. But in my head, I was like, all right, let's back up, princess. I'm sitting in a comfy, air conditioned building. I make a nice, steady paycheck. I've got Wi Fi, I've got a home. My country is not in the midst of a conflict. Um, I'm just like, the second it's like, yeah, look at so many other countries. If you just pull up, we'll just Google like the let's just look it up. The 10 poorest countries in the world. Let's look at the list. South Sudan, it's sad because I think they're all in Africa pretty much. South Sudan, Burundi, Central African Republic, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Mozambique, Niger, Malawi, Liberia, Madagascar, and Yemen. So all 10 of them are in Africa. And you look at like the what a house looks like in Mozambique or Yemen, what the average wage is of a person there, and you're like, dude, I'm so eternally grateful I was not born in one of these countries. Because it's just like, oh, I just feel like life is so much better here. Ray, I don't think I've complained and I couldn't even walk this summer. You had said something earlier. I walked 6 miles today. Good for you. Wow. Veronica, David, Fern, thank you. Ray, I don't. Oh, wait, hold on. When we used to run away and come right back, says never stop. David Macron is here. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I missed your comment earlier. And thanks to Back to the Future for flagging that. Hi, David. Long time no see. I know it's felt like a very, very long time. Chief the Medicine Man says we are blessed here. We live like kings and queens. Yes. I want this. I wish if I could wave my magic wand. I wish I could put it in every single school curriculum, it starting in like first grade, just like a basic unit on like the like standard of living in the United States where it's like house, running water, air conditioning, paved roads, cars, you get to vote, um, uh, grocery stores, gas stations, healthcare clinics, whatever. It's like access to public education. It's just like the basics of like what your life probably looks like in the United States, whether you're rich or poor. It's like you're gonna go to some school, you will like ride in a car at some point, you'll see a doctor at some point, you'll have all this stuff, you'll get to vote when you turn, is it 18, I think, or 20? I forget what the voting age is. But it's like just go through a list of like just the here's a snapshot of what like the average American life is. And then you go to like these rough countries and it's like this is what a typical house looks like. It's made out of clay and tin, and you have to ride places on camels or a donkey, or a bicycle, and there aren't any paved roads except for the city. Like, you don't have access to food. You have to grow pretty much all your food. There aren't any doctors close by, and it's like, bruh, we live so well here. Oh, and that's the thing is, it's like, I think people would be less hateful if they really understood the fact that we live like kings and queens here. Even if you're not like 1% wealthy here. Just like I would say your average American like lives so comfortably compared to like case in point. Ooh, this killed me, guys. Story time, story time. I was spending a summer in Azerbaijan, which is kind of in this weird middle area between like Turkey and Russia and Georgia and where Iran. And I just remember it crushed me because there was this adorable little boy, and I saw him, and he was maybe like 3 or 4 years old, and he had curly hair, and he was super cute, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that kid is so cute." And then he opened his mouth to, like, smile or say something, I don't know why, he just opened his mouth, and all of his teeth were, like, rotting, like, they were either gone or they were, like, decayed, and, like, it just was, like, a mouthful of, like, brown, rotted teeth, and I was like, in all of my years of living in the United States and Europe for a little bit, I have never seen a child with a mouthful of rotten teeth, ever. And I was just like, and no one acted like it was, like, weird. And I was just like, "What is this?" I just was like, "This I would never see this," like, where I grew up in the US. Middle class, suburbia. I'd never seen anything like it until I went to that country, and I was like, "What? Did this kid just not have access to a dentist?" Like, I'm guessing not. It was just so shocking. Ooh. Um, Dominique Ridley is here. Oh, the horse says, "Hannah, my home I bought is a mile from my work." Ooh, I love it. That's so exciting. David, glad to see you're doing amazing, Hannah. Miss everyone. Oh, Smackaroony. We're just chatting about lots of different things. Millennials, Gen Zs, how good we have it in the United States, political cancellation. Dennis says, "Okay, now I'm leaving. I'm having too much fun." Micah says, we are a great country. Let's all appreciate it." Yes. And again, I will say this. There's things we could do better. Like, I'm a critic. There's certain things where I'm like, dude, this sucks. For example, it's like I wish like prescription drug prices weren't so crazy high here when you can go to Canada and get them for like 10% of the cost here. Like, that is so annoying. So I mean, I have my criticisms, but I'm not like a USA hater because that's just so irritating to me. Ray says our show theme for band next year is Cruella. Oh, that's so good. That's so good, Ray. DG says accessibility to necessities and more. Dang it, Bobby says, "Hannah, be still my tofu beating hearts." You eat every day no matter what, says never stop. Imagine houses being built without having to pass inspection. I know. That too. Like, the building codes in the US are so strict. It's like, which is nice. It's like, I can't imagine if you were like a home buyer and you're like shopping around and you're going to open houses and you are like looking at a house and it's like, "Oh yeah, this wasn't inspected by anybody. Like, this wasn't inspected by engineers, this wasn't inspected by the city, this didn't pass whatever." It was like no one checked the plumbing, no one checked the electricity, nobody checked the roof, nobody checked for, the foundations, if they were built proper, like none of that stuff. Like, there's laws now where you can't build things with asbestos, you can't build things with lead for toxic reasons. And it's like, yeah, I'm so glad we have all of these regs. Otherwise, like, it would be bad. Like, oh, yeah, that would be scary, Kirby. So scary. Micah says every citizen in America should visit a foreign country. We are so spoiled. I wouldn't say spoiled. I mean, because I feel like spoiled is more of like a mindset, but it's just, if anything, it's just like we have like a really good life here. Ray, I had to have an EpiPen. Ooh. Sorry to hear that. Dang. David says Hannah's iconic earrings. Dang it, Bobby, there is Catalina Crunch. I'm not going to eat it though. Danielle, hello. We're just talking about how wonderful overall, how many nice things we have in the United States. Ooh, I have another good story. So I told you the story about seeing that lovely little boy with those rotting teeth that just was, like, horrifying when I lived in Azerbaijan for a summer. And then, what was the other thing? Oh, ooh, okay, so a lot of you know that I was a German major in college, and I had several professors who grew up in communist East Germany. Sounded horrible. And they would tell like, I remember one of my professors who grew up in East Germany, she was telling me about how when she was, like, a little kid and her family had to go to the grocery store under communism back in the day, she was like, "Yep, we had to line up, like, there were bread lines and, you had to stand in line forever, and you would get, like, a loaf of bread," and she's like, "I remember one time we stood in line waiting for so long to get, like, a banana because like, you couldn't get bananas there, or, like, an orange." Like, just the way that they had to live where it's just like you wait so long to get so little versus here it's like you can DoorDash, you can Grubhub, you got groceries, you got Hy-Vee, you got Whole Foods, you got McDonald's, you got drive-throughs, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so glad I've never had to stand in a freaking bread line for hours waiting to get a really crummy loaf of bread or like a banana, 'cause they were just so hard to come by then. Yeah, sucks. Ray says hi to Danielle. Um, I've never had to use the EpiPen, but I don't think you read the rest. I did see it, Ray. Vic, your positive thought for the weekend. I am grateful to be living in the United States. Life is good, and I am lucky to live here and to have been born here. Ray says must. All right, I'm gonna give. Oh, Silver Star. Hello, Silver Star. I'm gonna give my tofu a stir. Ooh, 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 ooh. Spilled a little tofu. Oh, my comment didn't go through. Yeah, the shadow ban filter probably caught it. Antonio Salazar, what's up, Hannah? I'm grateful for you. Thank you, Antonio. Grateful to have you here. Thanks very much. Ooh, oh my gosh, it's been 2 hours. All right, I am gonna close this poll. Ooh, hiking overtook uh everything else, I think. So, second trivia question. Guess which outing I have this weekend? Hiking came in first with 33%. I am not going hiking. Second place, movie. It is a movie, and Kirby guessed this like an hour ago when I put the question in. I am planning to go see Mr. Michael Jackson. So that should be fun. Um, what else do people say? Picnic potluck 25%, and then rocket ship to outer space 13%. Gonna happen. But it is the correct movie, or the correct answer is I'm going to be seeing a movie this weekend. All right. Ray says, I'm having a picnic tomorrow. Oh no, try to get something other than McDonald's. Reminder that my next live stream is this Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, USA. And then I have lots of people to thank. Okay, first off, we had 3 mods tonight. We had Back to the Future, Joker Callie, and my sister, Rachel Gore. So thank you to my 3 wonderful mods who were here tonight. There were lots of donos tonight. Thank you to Andy Herring, NYC, Terrence. Ah, shoot, I just missed it. Thank you, Terrence. So for the donos, we had super chats. Terrence, I got it. I think I got it. Andy Herring and Never Stop sent super chats. Thank you to the 2 of you who sent super chats. And then there were gifts from Roger Hess, Ernest, Terrence, and Kirby. So thank you guys. 6 of you, 6. 6 of you total for sending donos, and Andrew Sabini used his 6-month member milestone chat, so thank you to Andrew for being a member of the channel for half a year now. Really appreciate it. And oh, another one. Oh my gosh. Um Back to the Future, yes, ditto. Everybody have a great night. Let me just oh, Back to the Future. You sent a floating heart. Thank you, Back to the Future. I will add you to the dono list. Um Taryn says you should do YouTube full time. Your content is impeccable. Thank you so much. I am not Back to the Future. Gotcha, I think. I really appreciate that comment, Terrence B35. I love doing YouTube. I love the live streams. I love making content. Um, I currently cannot, I don't have the time to do YouTube full time because I have a 9 to 5 job. I love it. It's my primary income source. I couldn't live off of YouTube income alone, but it's a fun second job. But maybe one day we'll see. Kirby says, "Don't know." Wow. Yes, Michael. When you said it, I was like, oh, he already knows. He totally knows the right answer to this. You saw right through my false answers. Um, okay. Never stop. I'm here for you, Hannah. You're awesome. Thank you. I so appreciate it. Let me respond to this. I so appreciate your support for super chats is crazy. And Dono Wow. And Jay Liner, hello. Um, yeah, tonight was really fun. I still have to finish up my tofu. It's a huge batch, but no surprise there. Hello. Oh, Starkey, good to see you. I am signing off for the night, but I'm glad you could make it right here at the very end. Really fun conversation, guys. I love chatting with you about tons of topics as always. And thank you everybody for interacting, asking thoughtful questions, leaving comments, and voting in my polls. You guys did pretty good tonight. That's it for the Friday Night Live. I will be live again in 2 nights on Sunday night this weekend at 8 p.m. Central. So I will see all of you guys on Sunday. Bye, everyone. Yes, thanks, Back to the Future. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central.